Yeah, I mean, it is kind of every game's kind of the same because there's everyone's playing the same list and there's no sideboarding, so it does feel like you're kind of going around in circles. That fairy doesn't get an art today. Not even when you rip. Ultron. Our hand is acceptable against Tron. Oh, never mind. Amulet Titan. Alright, that's cool. I haven't played that matchup too much. This kind of a tricky spot. Could have the 1-2 and then go off. I'll try playing search, see what happens. Let's see Slow God, let's see the list. 2 absorb, 2 4 disrupting shell. Counterbalance, jeez. God, this list is very good, 20 lands. Alright, looks like our opponent's draw is pretty bad. This matchup is fun, yeah, I agree. It's interesting. Field of Rune's pretty important. I've been losing to this deck. I used to beat it at first. I don't know if people got better with it or they made their version is, I don't know, just more tuned right now. I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, I've been impressed. Maybe people are getting better playing the deck too. I think Fact or Fiction is playable in Modern. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've seen me play Glimmer of Genius, and I think that card is borderline playable. I'm assuming Fact or Fiction is better than Glimmer of Genius. Might be a bit worse if you're playing Terminus, but even then. Drawing a bunch of Path to Exile might not be the worst. I might just be able to run them out of Titans. This is one of the matchups where main deck Surgical is really good. They only have Titan to win game 1, yeah. I mean, they have one Ballista too, I guess. Something like that, but that makes a ton of sense, actually. You think Accumulated Knowledge is playable? Yeah, I think Accumulated Knowledge would probably be pretty busted. Maybe in like blue-red thing in the ice. That kind of deck. I wonder if I keep Cryptic Command too, because bouncing Sphinx Gross Chamber is not even that good. I guess if I bounce the Gross Chamber and I minus Amulet of Vigor, then maybe we're in business. Still probably gonna feel pretty bad if I don't draw an untapped land, but I do have a draw step, and a search for a counter trigger, so I should be able to get there. Alright, I don't think anything can go wrong here. Seems like they're kind of in a, their hand's not very good, and they're kind of in a soft lock. Probably just plussing would have been reasonable too. Plussing and having Mana Leak up. They would have had 5 mana at best. I think. This is the line. I think Teferi Plus is also winning line. I think even saying go is Field of Runes up. I mean, I think we're far ahead that almost every line is good, but I've preferred not shoot him Field of Runes yet. Yeah, I don't think it matters much. I might draw a second one. I might want to play a land that can even play tapped, but that's fair. Alright, I think we're at a point where it's really hard for them to win. Oh, I could have attacked actually. you can Field of Ruin, if you can get in a spot where you can Field of Ruin the land that gives haste, then their deck is way less scary. Because all of a sudden your verdicts become good. I think you're supposed to counter Azusa. Because we know they have Simic Gross Chamber in hand. Like I don't even think I use Field of Runes on Simic Gross Chamber here. I just save it for the haste land. Unless I draw a second one. You know what? Maybe I should have just because I get to flip search for Escanta. Oh well. And I played my land before drawing my card. Not that it really matters. Have I tried Rune Halo lately? No, I have a huge bias against that card. Rune Halo is probably on the list of cards that I should try a bit more, but I'd kind of just refuse to. Because I've never been really impressed. Halo is fine, exactly. It's fine. It's not good. They actually F6. They're playing a pact end of my turn? What is going on here? I'm F6'd. Wow. That is a sick play by them. They read me for the F6. I think I'm still going to be okay. That's kind of unfortunate. I did not expect Fruit of Reach. Hey, we're making it interesting at least. Exactly, well-wisher. You live by the F6 and you die by the F6. Hey Lennick, I'd love to, yeah. I'll absolutely do that since we're even playing Blood Control. I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in a sideboard guide, etc. So yeah, we can do that after this match. Just remind me, because I'll probably forget. I'm notorious for saying I'll do something after a match and then just forget. I'll sub for a pair of emotes that communicate living by the F6 and dying by the F6. Sounds like a tricky pair of emotes. I don't know though. It's Arena's time. I'm not sure if making F6 emotes is a wise use of emotes these days. Remian's not the worst, because they do run Pact of Negation. Not too sure. Probably going to Ghost Quarter Search. Let it resolve since I just bought him a couple decent cards. I think I can just go through the motion at this point and not like think too long and hard about every decision, so just not gonna be commenting on every decision. Like Amulet Titan's not the kind of deck that can do crazy stuff out of nowhere. I mean, I could have that hand against maybe a deck like Storm, and somehow if the hand was really good, they could still win, but just like Path to Exile is pretty efficient against them. Cardboard Live, I'll update it right now. I do really appreciate when people hint at it subtly in a nice way. Instead of being like, dude, where's the deck list? Wait, which one is it? Text format. Alright. I think that should be it. Alright, let me know if it appears. We messed up getting rid of cavern. Do we even care? Just, I don't think it matters, right? Like, it's kind of what you said. Game one, unless they're playing like some weird stuff like main deck, I don't know, main deck Rorik Thar, or I should be attacking with Colonnade probably. Like there's no coming back for them, right? How many blue packs do they play? New camera position. I got a new camera, and I'll show you. That was my old camera, so I had it kind of coming at the angle from the top, like it was kind of the bottom of my screen, kind of. And now I got the new Logitech, the one, you might have seen it, it's the one that's kind of wide like that, and the one that you put at, I mean, I guess I could put it at the bottom of my screen probably and angle it. Is the angle of the camera good, or did you like it better before when it came from like kind of below? My next missing 4 terminus, yeah. I'm assuming it doesn't make a huge difference. Salut Radian. We're even doing good on time. It's better now, 100% cool. And I'm assuming the people who don't like it better probably just get used to it anyways. What happened to Jace being better than Teferi? I think it was that Terminus, Jace goes a bit down in value. I'm playing a 2-2 split. I've just like the diversity, just the even split, just because it means you can have one of each in play, which is sometimes relevant.
Fix my street potion.
Hey. Cash Zeroos. Thanks for the resub, buddy. Hope you're doing good. Wang Flurry. So Wang Flurry is like our current blue-white resident expert, I guess. He what did he get? 65th in GP Toronto as blue-white, and got to the finals of his regionals this weekend was blue-white, so the man knows what he's talking about. I also met him in Cleveland. That's cool. This game's not like super representative just because their first few turns were just so bad. So it's not like, oh wow, the matchup's easy, you just get to do your thing and just beat them. It doesn't really always go like that. It usually doesn't go like that, actually. But this game's making the matchup. I think they mulligan too. You got 58. Nice. A Sauce substitute? Yeah, kind of. Since Sauce is lost in Arena Land. I'm not even sure I care about Ancient Stirrings. I guess they could find a land. You think Openin had to snap mulligan? They had already mulligan to 6, and they had turn 1 Ancient Stirrings, which they got, I don't know. possible the deck mulligans well enough that you could go down to 5. How much would Counterspell help blue white? I think it would help it a decent bit. You can cast it on turn 2 pretty consistently. I play 19 blue sources, I think. And if you look at the current list, it has 4 2-mana counterspells, I think, that are probably all worse than Counterspell. So yeah, I would say it'd be a pretty big upgrade. I do not believe they're gonna print Counterspell in Modern Horizon. I'd be fairly surprised, I guess. I guess Rayman draws me a card and exiles a permanent. 70% of Amulet hands are snap molds. Yeah, but what about when you're already down to 6? I guess you're kind of goldfishing. I was gonna use negate. Like using my cryptic command might be a bit spewy. Am I even like... I don't even know what I'm doing. I shouldn't have countered the first pact. They only have 1 Titan left. That was bad. Counterspell is the most reasonable option that would excite people and isn't super... I don't think so. Honestly, it's not very fun losing to a control deck. It's not very fun losing to counterspells. So I'm not too sure why they would do that, honestly. As much as I love playing blue-white control, I'm not gonna lie, I'm sure it's not a ton of fun losing to. It just kills you so slowly. See, I wish I had negate mana up now for potential Pact of Negation. I mean, they don't even have Amulet in place, so I don't even know what it can do. But yeah, negating that green pact was kind of a mistake. They said, is it true? I think someone said that during the stream, they said, I wonder if Surgical's actually good after sideboard. Do they still play, do they usually play the Tracker? They play Ramnap Excavator, which is kind of scary. They said the best card in the set was a blue card, right? I think they said something along these lines. I think a reasonable guess would be Fact or Fiction. But I don't know if Fact or Fiction could be the best card in the set, because I'm not even sure Fact or Fiction would be that good. So I guess Counterspell is possible. Yeah, bribery is legal. We have played bribery in the past. Alright, I think this is reasonable sideboard strat. I think 1 Stony Silence is reasonable, especially if you know they have Tracker. Because they have Tracker, they have Explosives, they have Ballista. Maybe they bring in Relic sometimes. I'm not going to bring in Stony Silence, though. I think Accumulating Knowledge would be really good, but I could be wrong. Alright, it's not a very interesting match. Mulligan to free. See, opponent is not scared of mulliganing, so maybe their 6-card hand was reasonable. Do you think Pernicious Deed would be too strong? Nah, I don't think so. I mean, I didn't even think about it, but seems hard to build a deck where Pernicious Deed is good. Can I move the deck list down a bit? Yeah, let me take a look at my own stream, I guess. Am I supposed to path? When they have one card left in hand? I'm just giving them the extra land? Probably not. Am I supposed to get a semi-gross chamber? I'll just say go. If I had a second Field of Ruins, I would snap it off, but... Let's see, where should I move the Cardboard Life to? It's kind of tough because I feel like it's a bit different for different people. Depending on where I put it, depending on if you're playing on mobile. Maybe I should put it to the right, actually. Reposition component. What if I put it here? That's pretty good, right? Is that a decent spot for everyone? Alright, so what did he get? They got a Cavern of Souls. Meaning I should probably get rid of that and slow them down a bit. I'll say the fetch land in case I draw Jace, I guess. I should maybe just trade a Snapcaster for a Zuza. I'm not sure that makes sense. I guess it's good if they resolve the Titan and then they get like a bunch of Tolaria West and Ghost Chamber, but even then it's not that good. Arena asking if I'm sure I want Teferi to go tuck himself every time. Cryptic Command, that was a good draw. So if they have Titan in hand, they can play Cavern and Titan. They play a lot of basics, right? Something like 4 basics, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say at least 4 basics. Wow, everyone seemed to think Counterspell is getting reprinted. Has there been more than just people speculating? Is that actual, like... Target creature gains +2/+2 and gains vigilance until end of turn. Alright, that's not the haste one. Do I have a good target for Cryptic Command? Not really. But I still think I should play it. Get rid of the token. Let's bounce the Azusa, I guess. Makes more sense. Mara said they almost printed Dominaria but didn't because too powerful for standard. Ah. Wait, I bounced that. So I can bounce... No, I can't. Alright, I'm gonna negate that. Argon Platypus says, people infer a lot from vague Morrow statement. He said, quote, it came up during design, but we went a different way. Alright, fair. Kind of want to counter that as well. I think it's fine. My hand's pretty stacked. They have 3 cards in hand. I'm gonna draw more cards. Especially after sideboard, you have more impactful cards. So you can probably afford to play a bit looser. I'm not sure that's the optimal play, honestly. If I had more lands, I'd probably not do that. But the fact that I'm not hitting my land drops is kind of making me lean towards just using my cryptic commands pretty liberally. I'm just gonna keep using Field of Runes. The land that gives haste is not as scary because I have 2 Path to Exile and a Snapcaster Mage. And they already have 2 basics in play and have 2 paths, so... Can I please read Slayer Stronghold again? Gives Vigilance and Haste. Oh yeah, it is the haste land. For some reason... Oh, there's the double strike one. Yeah. Can you please read it again? Wink, wink. I don't think anything bad can ever happen this game. How good or bad is this matchup? Hard to say. They mulligan to 6 game 1 into a bad hand and mulligan to 3. I've been losing that matchup more than I've been winning recently. I would say before this match I had lost to that deck like 2 or 3 times in a row. It's also kind of a tricky matchup. I'm assuming it's tricky for both players. El Coco, thanks for the follow. Yeah. What I could have done is Vendilion Click in response instead of doing that, because they might just be bluffing. They might just be baiting a counter spell and not even have it. They're probably desperate enough that they're willing to do that. Or they could just have... It costs 8 mana. They have a negate that doesn't do much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so they can't do anything. I'm just gonna let them have their hand. I don't know. Same thing. I don't think it really matters, honestly. They have to play Cavern of Souls, right? We did it. They kind of did stuff for mulligan to 3. I mean, it was never close, but they got to like 6 mana. They had Cavern of Souls in hand. Can you imagine mono blue tempo as counterspell? I'm back. Ooh, I'm somehow not dead yet. But I'm assuming this game's not gonna go very well. Did I forget the... Alright, I have the Google link open. Obviously I forgot. Wizard's Retort is already real, so yeah, I can. Just getting trolled by canister. I'm guessing I'm supposed to just use Remand here. I think you want to shock yourself in this matchup. I mean, this game's probably not going to matter just because I'm so far behind. And I don't think I can ever win, but Tron is definitely a matchup where... So what happens is that sometimes the game go long and they get to resolve an Ulamog, and if you were like... How to say... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... If you're kind of cheap on life and you're searching for basics instead of hallowed fountains, they can actually sometimes like get you off white mana. Or double white, you know, if you're playing Terminus, for instance. This Man League's not looking super hot right now. They even have backup map, but it's also the only card I can cast. House is probably not very good either. House might be okay. Should I just get rid of Man League somehow? Could counter a Ulamog, technically. I'll just discard Man League. Yeah, so get all your duels in these matchups. Why is Rest in Peace not good against Phoenix? Oops, I meant to path. Well, that worked out because I didn't draw a land anyway, so actually getting to use a Nassif on Wormcall Engine is kind of nice. Why is Rest in Peace not good against Phoenix? I think it's good. I actually played a funny game the other day. We were playing against Phoenix, and I had turn 2 Rest in Peace, and I didn't cast it because I was playing around Spell Pierce, and I thought I had a bit of time. And I think they just brought back 2 Phoenix on turn 2 or something. They just had the perfect turn 2, and I think it's good. It's not the end-all be-all, but I think it's good. Especially if you're not playing Terminus. Especially if you're playing Verdicts. So let's see. If I draw a land... I could... If I draw a land, what am I going to want to do? They kind of have it all. How do you feel about Ravenous Traps? I haven't played that card much. Doesn't seem that great to me, but... I don't even think I'm going to bother with clicking them, honestly. I think I'm just going to click myself. There's a chance I was supposed to just untap, try to draw land, cast Timely, and then start pathing my own tokens to get lands. What are they getting? Horizon Canopy. I feel like clicking them is just, I don't know, counterproductive, I guess. Alright, maybe this is a bit aggressive when they have Wormcall in play, etc. to shock myself again. Actually, I think it's fine. Can I dodge 2 more draw steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, so many options. I feel like I should maybe say go. Yeah, I think I should say go. I think it's just too likely to draw something good. And if they don't do anything, I still get to use my mana fairly efficiently. I get to Field of Runes plus Path to Exile. If I didn't have Path and Field, it'd be kind of a disaster to say go, and then maybe they don't draw anything, and I kind of wasted my turn. I think Jason Bounce when they have Horizon Canopy is slightly worse. And they have Oblivion Stone in play. Jason Bounce is actually pretty bad, I think. I'm really surprised they didn't sack Horizon Canopy at the end of my turn. Alright, they might sack Oblivion. Oh no, it doesn't even work anymore. I was gonna say they might sack Oblivion Stone to get the tokens, but... So the thing is, they still have 8 mana, even without Tron. Wait, what? Only 2 basic forests? Wow. Maybe they're playing multiple Horizon Canopies? It's kind of a tricky spot. I drew my land, I drew a Serum Visions. I kind of just want to say go again. Oh. Putting the fate counter on Wormy was a mistake. Possible. Wow, I guessed right. For like the second time in my life, I guessed right, and I got the good lands. Tricky spot. They're gonna have 2 draw steps, 3 draw steps. Yeah, I don't think I should play a Planeswalker. At least next turn I can go... So I can Cryptic Command if they... whatever spell they play. And then on my turn I can Jace and try to Jace into a Field of Ruin and have mana to sack Field of Ruin. Do you ever Sphere the Stone? I mean, I'm sure there are spots where you want to, but... Obviously I need to keep Cryptic Command mana up right now. Sacking for Karn, probably? Oh no, they can't, right? Has to be a creature. Who was it? It was Peter Searcher who, like, tried to get a non-creature card against me at the GP. I think he caught himself right away or something, but... Wow. Got there. That was pretty absurd draw. We're gonna win this game. The games against Tron are kind of weird. The game ones against Tron are something. Just like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get. Alright, so no matter... Oh man. Should I play the Tension Sphere actually? Should I play the Tension Sphere? Should I play... I mean... Alright, let's think about it for a second. Could have bounced a Sanctum? Nah. I don't think that's how you want to play these games. But I will say I always forget the bounce option in many, many spots. I mean, I could even Detention Sphere Chromatic Star, but then they have Stone. I do not believe... I could Teferi Minus, I guess. Teferi Minus, they can draw it right away and cast it. I think Jace is just the best, probably. When in doubt. It's just the highest impact to force them to, like, sack Oblivion Stone right away. And I see more cards. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, that's a tricky one. I guess I can put back Alan on top and then decide if I want to sack or not. Alright, can they find a power plant? Can I beat a power plant? Probably. Game's probably really hard, but... Stash is gone, I know, I'm sorry. Well, they're doing really poorly, I think. Looks like they're doing really poorly. That's what I like about playing Jace. It like forces them to like kind of do that right away. Alright, do I want to drill in? I do not. Probably just untap. I don't think it matters much. I guess you might as well keep colonnade tapped. Oh, they got it. 7, 10, 12, 16 mana. So I think I'm just supposed to use Snapcaster and Path, right? Logic Knot's kind of premium right now. So this is usually how game ones go. So it's really rare that you win games where you completely stop them from doing their thing. It's usually getting into a spot where even when they do resolve Ulamog, you're far ahead enough that it doesn't really matter anymore, kind of a thing. I mean, sometimes you'll get the perfect like counter spell into Field of Runes, into Jace, into counter, and then they never even really get to see the light of day. But these games are pretty rare, pretty far and few between. All right, it's probably all right. Let's not rush that. 1, 2. Tension Sphere, have Logic Knot up. I think I kind of want to use my Detention Sphere. I'm not a big fan of having cards under Detention Sphere in this matchup, but I'm not even sure if Field of Ruining there makes a ton of sense, honestly. Because then you kind of open yourself up to like little mock triggers become really annoying, etc. All is dust. I could just let them have it. But I probably shouldn't. They're down to 1 card in hand. Alright, I'll counter it. Might be sketchy to use counter spells on All is Dust, but I think it's fine given my hand. We're a bit low on time. Sometimes game ones can last really long and strong. I like 10 years younger without the beard and stuff. Good. My Logic Knot's barely cutting it right now. I can just use Path to Exile. It's probably better, actually. It's a bit lazy, right? I guess I could save it if they don't do it right now. Ballista would be pretty good for them. Should I Jace plus? Alright, I'll plus. Everyone's favorite. Punished. Punished for plussing. Super punished. I gotta lose this game. One Teferi gone, 2 colonnades, 2 Teferi. I have 1 Jace left. Yeah. No, I think plussing was like kind of sketchy. For sure. One of the reason I plus is because I didn't have 4 mana, so like I needed to draw untap land plus cryptic command. Like my relevant cards are kind of like cryptic command, field of runes. So I was like, I need to draw either a land plus cryptic or field of runes or here's the ballista. I'd have won this game if I just Jace brainstormed. I would have won this game maybe if I hadn't shocked myself a bunch. I felt kind of unlucky towards the end anyways, but this one's kind of on me. I guess I didn't have a ton of relevant cards left in my deck anyways. Got Spell Snare? I think Spell Snare is fine. Someone's Crying was on one of their best cards. I don't know why I plus there. Oh, it's so bad. I'm picking up bad habits, plussing more than I should. Not the greatest hand. The dream would have been land plus Stony Silence on top. Alright, one-time dealer. Just be there for me. Probably gonna lose this game. I wonder if clicking myself is good. They usually just kind of have it all. They usually have like absurd redundancy in their hands, especially after sideboard when they have like Thragtusk and all these cards, but I think I should probably just still click them right now. I hope I draw something good. Stony Silence would still... No, never mind. Stony Silence does nothing. Yeah. So Karn doesn't even do a ton. They can Karn, and I can tuck it. We can Karn plus. If they Karn minus, I just get to kill it. If they Karn minus click, I can path my click and then kill it with Colonnade. Not Seer. None of these cards are that scary, but I still feel like I should probably take one. The thing is, I don't want them to cast Not Seer. I want my Teferi. I kind of want to take Not Seer too, but I need to make a play fast though. Probably should still take Karn anyways. Alright, I'll take the Karn. Unfortunate. An oldie but a goodie. Here on the yellowhat stream, we just have a command for everything. There's always a command. flooded strand. Flooded indeed. Jesus Christ. Why me, chat? What have I done to draw literal 7 straight lands in a row? No, sorry. 6. I'm just such in a terrible spot, honestly. To have 6 cards in hand and have nothing. In Colonnade we trust. Kind of sucks we punted that first game. Ugh. Played pretty tight for most of the game. Just the one JC activation. I think countering the all his dust was maybe a bit sketchy too. At least I didn't play a Planeswalker yet. And how good those Stony Silence would have been too. Might have to consider the first Stony Silence again. I'm guessing that's better than just attacking with Colony. Counter draw mode on Cryptic was Death Force and counter bounce click last game. Really? What does bouncing click do for me? Bouncing a click against Tron doesn't seem very good, especially when they're in top deck mode. I don't know, you get to lock up one of their draw steps. He had just tutored for Ulamog? Oh. Fair. I don't know, click's just so ineffective. You bring it in because it's still better than most other things, but it's just not very effective. Somehow not in a terrible spot. Also, leaving in Oblivion Stone against the Stony Silence deck seems kind of sketchy. I guess it depends how many Nature's Claim you bring in, but... Finally, Daddy's home. Jesus Christ. Bounce token? Nah, bouncing token's not good. Had I known what I was gonna draw, I might have bounce token, but there's no way bouncing token is the right play. Please, no way to get rid of Jace. I'll accept Oblivion Stone. TKS immune? Wow, that's a great point. That'd be kind of sweet if they played a TKS right now. That's kind of whatever. I can even like block with Colonnades. I guess they have Ghost Quarter, but... No! Oh my... Alright, I'll fetch now, I guess. That was a disaster. Punished. Fully punished. Jesus Christ. Why me, chat? What have I done? What have I done to deserve such punishment? It's because I don't have the mustache anymore? Maybe. No, I don't want to play with a stop on my upkeep. I play slow enough. Pick your poison opponent. I mean, they have to go Scorter, right? I mean, sure, Search is scary, but... Oh, I never looked at the sideboard guard. I don't know, I guess it's still the second match. Yeah, Karn. Well, if they minus, I can kill it at least. Okay, I'm kind of in it. I'm kind of in this game. Stony Sound's still a decent top deck. They might have Nature's Claim in hand though. Best bait ever. I've had the path. Yeah. Looks like we're gonna. Plus now they have a lot of dead draws. It's basically only Ulamog. Ulamog and Worldbreaker. Can I block here? 4, 6. I won't have mana for Cryptic Command. Alright, I'll just take it. Patience from Zhao. I think I'm gonna safe path to exile for an Ulamog. Can I afford to attack 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? So it's 5 attack and then 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have enough mana to. Yeah, I missed 4 damage, I agree. I thought I was gonna block. And then I changed my mind, which I'm glad I did, but yeah. Does not really forward thinking. Alright, they did bring in I mean, they always bring in Nature's Claim. There was even a point where I was just bringing in Dispel when I had 3 Stony Sounds, just because. But I don't think it was very good, but I felt like protecting. Huh. So how does that work? I should path the. So if I path Thought-Knots here, I get a redraw. I get to draw and then they resolve, or I could just path the Thragtusk and then save a colony. I think pathing Thragtusk makes more sense. Yeah. We're actually ahead on time too. If ever we do in this. So I could not attack. This way I would have Colonnade plus Stroke. Seems so unlikely they're going to attack though. Unless the top deck's something really good and want me to tap out. Ulamog. That's unfortunate. Now I'm gonna lose because I attacked. That sucks. If I hadn't attacked, I would have mana to block with my third Colonnade. I guess I got greedy. Yeah, now I just lose. Openon had some pretty good top decks. I need to sell it, chat. I need to look really sad right now. I need to look like I don't have it. Good game, opponent. I have nothing. I drew a land. I'm bluffing. Just kidding. Drew Cryptic Command. Hey, Johnny. And the Twitch thing is really doing a lot of weird stuff these days. Alright, is it gonna be enough? They drew something good again? Damn it. Karn. Easy clap. Man, if only I had not attacked with Colonnade. I was pretty sure that was a misplay, honestly. Because who cares about the race, I think? I don't think it was about the race, that game. So what does Karn do? Restart the game, leaving exile all non-aura permanent. Exile was Karn liberated. And put So I was supposed to give them counterspell. And then I drew land back to back. They're probably time out if they restart. I don't know. With Dotnots here and Fractusk and an extra land, I think they win in 2 minutes. I should just do that now. Just fin my deck. Not too sure. Probably. Should I do it in the draw step or draw step? Well, now they know about it. Does that change anything? Not really. Draw step or not? 22. I think it's kind of bad either way. I think I do draw. Because it makes almost no difference. No, you don't think so? Up to 22, down to 19, down to 16. I know if I draw stuff, you exile it with scarring, but if you plus have to play it and you get to exile it next turn, and I didn't even get to use it, I think I should do it in the draw step. At least I get to control one of their draws. Should have not done draw step. Come on to man, and I would have gotten to path to exile my I really got punished on that one. I think doing draw step was pretty good though. Nice, Oblivion Stone. They might get timed out. I doubt it. I mean, all they have to draw is a creature. So they've drawn 2 Thractus. How many Thought-Knots here do they have? 4? Probably Thought-Knots here, right? Or I think Thought-Knots. Ancient Stirrings. Ancient Stirrings kind of reasonable too. But they only have 2. I'll do Ancient Stirrings, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't cast it because now I can't fetch. They had 1 Thractusk, 1 Ulamog. They only had 2 Thought-Knots here. Bringing Pithing. We need to draw a path. Or adjacent to. Yeah. I messed up both games. So many decisions, it's tough. I feel like I usually play this matchup pretty well, but good games. Good games. You have to play perfect and they don't have to think. I think they have a lot of decisions. Oh, sideboard guides. I really am a monster. I keep forgetting. Well, this way you have to stick around. Lennox must hate me. Sorry, bud. Pokeball, thanks for the resub. We can start looking at the sideboard guide. I'm not doing it on purpose, I swear. Oh, they're playing Playing the Amulet Titan. Alright, let's try and beat them fast. I think it's pretty close, keeping Snapcaster on top. I think I'm going to bottom. Do they have a little turn-free kill? Oh, Relic. That's a good target for detention. One, two, three, four, five. What should I take? Probably just Amulet, right? Yeah, new camera, new angle. It's like on top. I think it's a bit better. Seems like people like the new angle better. This card's pretty stock in Amulet these days. It's the technology. Alright, this game's gonna be pretty cool. We get to see if we can beat them when they do their why they don't have Amulet in play? They can't go 2-2. I don't think I showed them the path. Phil to Laurowes, hold up path that was not terrible. That doesn't sound like a winning. This card is actually kind of annoying. Helps them save their. Do I need to? Yeah. Really? Seems like kind of a bad block. The Tribe Scout is good because it lets you save your hasty land. It helps you save your lands from. Those are bounce lands. Summon Artifact. I kind of lost track. What they have, what I know. I guess I don't know anything, just Summon Artifact. Oh, it gives. Maybe that was way too. Should have just saved Cryptic Command for the Pact. I don't know what I did. Why I did that. I guess we get to find out if how hard it is for them to win without the land that gives haste. That was not very good. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, they play a Relic just because Blood Moon's just so good against them. It's just like decent at ramping. Not too much splash. Why did I do what I did? It's really no explanation. I mean, getting rid of the land that gives haste is very good. And if I didn't do it when I did it, I might have like never got another shot at doing it, but because then there one that was I knew yeah that was really bad. That was really just fancy play syndrome. They're just gonna get bullied. Which is fine, I guess. They had to shuffle away. Oh no, they can't get ballista. I'm dumb. I always forget it's only push-ups. I'll do the push-ups if I lose. Why not plus the fairy and house? Because house is so... Murph Dog. Is risk factor good in best of one because of the insane amount of Esper? My experience was risk factor is that as soon as I put it in my red deck, I start losing, no matter what the matchup. But Juza was like ranked 20th or something, and he's been spamming was risk factor, so no one knows. Nobody knows the trouble I've been through. Alright, got rid of 2 titans. See, this is like once you get rid of the land that gives haste, all of a sudden your verdicts become just insane. Which is another reason why I kind of like verdict these days over Terminus. Is the land that gives haste a one-off? It usually... Sakura tried is quietly the best card in their deck against blue. Just not sure if Field of Ruining that land was good, by the way. Because they play multiple caverns, but I don't think any of their other lands really do much anyway, so I think it's fine. Huh, nice. Getting punished. Hey, Slow God. No, it's round 3. We did play a very long Tron match. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll get rid of Pact of Negation. It's probably one of their best cards. I'm not gonna attack. I'll see. Settle seems insane in this matchup. I'm guessing there's spots where it could come in handy, but I wouldn't call it insane. It's like a very, 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 very bad path. Do you have this list up anywhere? It should be on your screen. There should be a little icon. Ah yes, a bad limited deck against the Fairy Hero of Dominaria. Who would win? No love for Esper. Nah. There's too many aggro decks. Splashing the extra color, just you get punished pretty hard. It's just not worth it. sure, having access to like an Esper Charm or two, like if I lived in Magical Land and I could cast Fatal Push and Esper Charm for just blue and white mana, I would probably have like one or two Esper Charm in my blue-white deck, and one or two Fatal Push, something like that. But yeah. We brought in Surge. Condemn was. I think that's how sideboarded last time. Seems pretty. How's this deck holding up so far? It's good. It's good. Is it better than Blue Red Phoenix or Amulet Titan or Grixis Shadow or Dredge? Or Humans or Tron? Who knows? But it's definitely good. I'd feel pretty good about playing Blue-White in a tournament right now. It's so hard when you've played a deck so much in Modern to consider anything else just because having experience with the deck is so valuable. And you would have to think another deck is just like so much better. So I feel like I kind of trap myself sometimes in just playing Blue-White for life in Modern, but I think I know enough about the decks that even just playing against decks in general, you don't even have to play like the specific matchup, but like just knowing how every deck functions just already pretty big deal, I guess. So I think I'm good enough to pick up another deck, and I probably should try different decks. Let's see. I can definitely do some nasty things next turn. But they have Cavern of Souls anyway, so I guess I'll just play my cards because my counter spells are not going to do that much. I mean, negating a pact is a big deal. I'm just going to hope they don't have Azusa. Wow. I guess I'm just going to oust it. That's pretty. Is Reclamation Sage really better than some of the other cards they have in their deck? What do I have, like 3 enchantments in my deck total? So we know they have Cavern of Souls. So they're probably gonna get to resolve a Titan. Should I click them now? Kind of giving away half click. Not the greatest play by me. Is damage gonna matter? It could. I've got just good island. Who should I click? Probably them. Get rid of Titan. It's not a very good draw. What is their hand? Should I just Field of Runes? I mean, Field of Runes is bad if they Relic. Is Relic? You just remand the Relic. My remand's not gonna be very good. Earlier I said I shouldn't click them in their draw step because if they have packed it doesn't do anything, but that was just straight up wrong. That made no sense. We know they have a lot of air in hand. So hopefully we keep dodging. Drawing a land would have been nice. Pact of Negation. Be my guess. Wow, their hand is terrible. They're just super flooded. Damping Sphere seems really good right now. Oh. They'll literally have a Reclamation Sage in hand. Damping Sphere is just kind of hot garbage. There's just cards like that that are just hot garbage. Huh. Oh. Oh, that was really bad. I forgot I had Pact of Negation in hand. Oh man. Oh, opting on my turn was terrible. I didn't even want to land. Oh, that was game losing. Let's see if I get punished. Or if they keep bricking. Oh, that was a bad mistake. Looks like we're not getting punished though. Because then I have like, if they draw a pact, I have negate plus logic knot, I guess. Maybe. Maybe it wasn't that bad actually. Colonnade. Colonnade, colonnade. Sure. I think I just... So if I played Jace, they're probably gonna pact. Also, Colony might just kill them. Alright, I think I don't know. I played this game questionably at the best. The problem with this Disdainful Stroke is it doesn't do much right now because they have Cavern of Souls in hand. And their expensive spells are all creature. Yeah, they're actually playing that because they're dying to Snapcaster Beats. Too bad it's May. Might actually... my Snapcaster here. Nah. That's probably too bad. What are they at? 12? 9, 6, dead? My counters really don't do much. Path's like kind of the only... I think I just say go. I think it was Path plus a bunch of counter spells. Courser. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I should probably... What else does it find them? Maybe... All right, sideboard guard. Two snap, one click, free Jace, two Teferi, 4 odd, 4 path, 1 storm vision, 2 logic, not 2 negate. Alright, list looks pretty stock, reasonable, everything. I mean, I don't like Ghost Quarter, blah blah blah, but okay. Against Dredge. In Purge, Timely, Rest in Peace, Settle, Baneslayer, Lyra. Alright, no negates. Out, Snapcaster, Logic Knot, Search. I don't really like Path to Exile in this matchup. Cut Spell Snare if you're running it main deck. No, you want Spell Snare. Cathartic Reunion is like their best card, and Life from the Loam is like fine. I don't agree. I would board out 4 Path to Exile. I'd probably bring in all my negates. I'd probably cut all my Path to Exiles. And I would probably keep in Verdict, because Verdict becomes much better once you have Rest in Peace. And I might keep in Search just because it's Rest in Peace. Yeah, so I would not sideboard that way against Dredge. Blue-Red Phoenix. +2 Dispel, +1 Purge, +1 Settle, +1 Baneslayer, +1 Lyra. I think you might want Ancestral Vision in this matchup. It's not a card I play as much, but the games kind of get grindy. So maybe consider, if you're on Surgical Extraction, blah blah blah. So maybe, yeah. And then you board out Teferi, Cryptic, and Logic Knot. I kind of agree with boarding out Cryptic. Oh, you don't bring in Rest in Peace at all. I think that's a bit fancy. I wouldn't bring in all 3, but I would definitely bring in 1 or 2. I just don't think Terminus is that good against them. I don't know, this matchup is kind of tough. And it's kind of tough to sideboard. Let's see. Why cut Pav versus Dredge? Because it's just not going to win you the game to Pav their dudes. And they have Faithless Looting. Like, pathing creatures against a Faithless Looting deck is not a winning proposition, in my opinion, honestly. It's just, you're giving them more lands to get to flash. They're just going to go... They're still going to go off. Path's just awful against Dredge. So against Phoenix with this version, I would bring in 1, 2, 3, 4... Probably 5, 6. Probably just 2 Rising 7, 8, 9. And I would cut... I don't think you can cut all the Terminus, or else you have too few removal spells. Maybe you can. I might just cut all the Terminus. I think I was doing that at some point. Does this version play Condemn or anything? Yeah, maybe it was at the... Maybe you don't have enough removal spells. Keep in maybe 2 Terminus. I kind of agree with trimming on Cryptic Command. I think you should maybe just cut Timely Reinforcement unless they have play Swift Spear. Probably cut Snapcast from H. Snapcast, no, actually Snapcast from H is kind of nice. I don't know, it's kind of complicated. It's kind of weird not to have a Surgical Extraction in the sideboard. Grixis Shadow. Yeah, I don't sideboard like that against Grixis Shadow. I don't bring in my Rest in Peace, I think. I think second Timely is kind of sketchy. I think Rest in Peace is kind of sketchy. How would I sideboard against Grixis Shadow? +1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I would cut... probably. Probably Vendilion Click. That's free. Timely for 2 negates, a click, a timely, some cryptics, maybe a logic knot. Rest in Peace a bit better when you're on the play, because it at least stacks stuff like turn 2 Gourmag Angler. It's not a tough matchup. And there's a lot of decks. I don't know if I want to do that. Or else I'm not going to have time to finish the league. Plus we seem to disagree a bunch, and I'm not playing Terminus. I mean, Burn should be pretty straightforward. I don't think I would board out any Jace against Burn. I'm not even sure I would board out Teferi. I wouldn't board out Verdict either. Yeah, we're just like, I'm just not psyched. I think Detention Sphere is pretty bad against, I would board out both Detention Sphere. Oh, there's only one. I think Verdict's better than Terminus against Burn. I don't think you want 4 negates against Burn after sideboard. I think it's too many. I think the Planeswalker are better. I think Vendilion Click's pretty bad against Burn too. Urzatron, 5 sweepers plus 5. Seems pretty straightforward. Oh no, you won the Angels against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You won the Angels against Tron and just board out like whatever time your reinforcement. I mean, this is just straight up lose. Taking out Verdict. Yeah, you can kind of leave in some sweepers against Tron. Like, Timely's kind of bad. Humans. Board out all the counter spells. Bring in all the good cards. Sure, it looks good. Not sure I would bring in, I would board out any cryptic commands. This version's just super soft to Meddling Mage and Gaddock Teague. Black Green X, board out some counter spells, bring in some good cards. I think especially if you bring in the second Timely, I think bringing in the Angels is actually good. When you have 2 Timely in your deck, I would bring in the Angels. I'd probably cut more counter spells against Black Green. Board out 2 negates. I guess you don't have much to board out. I think the Angels are good. In the mirror match, Timely's actually decent. 1 Timely in the mirror match. And against Jeskai, you won the second Timely. Against Jeskai, Timely Reinforcement's kind of your best card, actually. Storm. Snap, Teferi, Terminus. Dispel, Negate, Rest in Peace. Dispel. You definitely bring in Ancestral Vision against Storm if you have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You board out Timely Reinforcement against Storm, doesn't do anything. I would keep in both Teferi. I'd probably try and keep in Snapcaster too. Mardu Pyro. I would not board out Logic, not against Mardu Pyro, I think, but I guess when you bring in Rest in Peace, maybe you should. I don't think I would bring in Settle or Wreckage Eater, but maybe that's good. I'd board out Click, I'd board out Snapcaster, I would board out Path. Yeah, this I agree with for the most part. Obviously you bring in Ancestral Vision if you have it. Looks like the dream matchup for Ancestral Vision. Titan Shift. Tension Sphere is kind of okay. Sometimes they play some annoying permanents. I'd not bring in Timely against Titan Shift. I'd bring in a Dispel against Titan Shift for just some respect. Seems like this sideboard guide has not been done with the list, with that exact list, because you would bring it in up. In the mirror, I cut time against blue-white. Now I would keep in one timely against blue-white. And I would... We're prison, looks pretty straightforward. Looks fine. I think Snapcaster is probably... That looks okay. I might bring in Free Rest in Peace if they have Reveler and stuff. Amulet Titan. It's the matchup we just played. 2 Dispel, 2 Negate. Obviously you bring in Ancestral Vision. 2 Dispel, 2 Negate. Yeah, seems good. I would leave in a Terminus or 2, I think. I would leave in all the Path to Exiles. Oh no, that's this matchup. Okay, yeah, this looks like... I would keep in Detention Sphere against Amulet Titan. But I guess it's pretty bad against Reclamation Sage. Ad Nauseum's pretty straightforward. Living End. Pretty straightforward. I guess Dispel is for the misdirection they play. I don't think I would board out Teferi. I think Teferi might be good against them. Scariest card in this matchup is Fulminator Mage.
Random subtune because we can.
Hey, Tepich, thank you so much. Not exactly random, but yeah. Boggles. 2 Negates, a Settle. I usually bring in the Angels against Boggles. I'd probably... Then Counter's Company. Swap Dispel for Negate, bring in Settle. Same... I might bring in Angel too, but yeah. Alright. I wouldn't say I dunked on the sideboard card. I could also be wrong, honestly. I haven't played with the Terminus build. I mean, I've played with it a decent bit, but I haven't played with it that much. I don't know. It was reasonable for the most part. I think I have to keep. Just life of a blue-white player right here. Path Settle on the play, 5 lands. Urza's Tower, perfect. Just like we drew it. No problem, Lennick. I mean, don't you know? I could definitely. I think you just go for towers. There's a logic that you don't go for tower because the turn they get it, they have to tap it first so they have less mana, but and sometimes these games get to the point where just the second tower is actually relevant, etc. I think I should keep both, right? Spell against Living End is fine, yeah. I guess you're talking to someone else. Yeah, they bring in that stupid misdirection card. Why they just had the tower in hand. G. Man, Jace's not even that good, actually. Hopefully they level themselves and they just like... means I'm going to take extra damage, but who cares? I might even get to use my Settle Wreckage. Honestly, I went to being like in a kind of pretty bad spot if they just played a good spell, to being in a like spot where I can. Should I opt first in case I hit exactly Field of Ruin? Is good, right? No, you want to opt first in case you had Field of Ruins or. We get to get rid of a Karn. It's kind of funny. I'm almost hoping they play a Nulamog or something. Rather than a Karn or a Nugen. Please just have Ulamog. Please you. Finally I catch a break against Tron. Just streamers slowly losing their mind. Karna's just loving it. Finally he gets to catch a stream and we just get paired against Tron twice. It's a perfect Tuesday afternoon before he has to go to his or whatever. What's the deal, Karna? Do they just have like two doctors in all of Edinburgh? I was on night shift, so I'm awake now to watch some stream. Nice. Counterbounce. I think Counterbounce not good because they haven't played a land yet. It's like feelings, you know. I think they should do what they did, but I also think it's not the end of the world. We should. We need, not too sure, Snapcaster. How do I? Do I just need to Teferi Plus and hope I hit exactly? Could minus Karn. Chum block. Oh, I should have Field of Ruin first, so I was gonna do that. This is not that bad. Now I get to shuffle it away. I guess it's kind of tricky for them. That buys me a decent bit of time because they kind of had Teferi. Yeah, they just get to cycle twice and then cast card anyways. Right. I mean, I wouldn't say we were winning, but we were alive. Karn beats all, yeah. To be fair, the first match, I think this game, maybe I need to rethink my sideboarded strat against the creatures. I felt like for a very long while I would never lose to the stupid creature draw, but I feel like it's been a bit more effective recently. I really feel like Click is kind of garbage, honestly. Maybe straight up removal spells are better than Click. Angel. Maybe Detention Sphere is garbage too. What's better against Raktusk and all that? Maybe Timely's not that bad against Raktusk. I'll try one. Or the Gearhulk. I think Spell Snare is good card. What's the reasoning behind No Terminus? I decided to cut them and I haven't been messing them. I don't know, it's not that great. But people do well with Terminus. I think it's pretty close. I don't think it matters much which one you play. As long as you like, you know. Could be Condemn, could be Dispel, could be Timely, could be Gearhulk, Detention Sphere. Alright, let's go Stony. Let's go! I've missed playing my Serum Visions. You get to see so many cards. On turn 1, you get to potentially... I think up to bottom. Then I can just cry if I never draw another land. Let's go! Let's go, Stony! Damn it. Let's go, Stony Silence. One time. I can get... Where does it go? I'm not sure. I was maybe supposed to feel that Willamog. Oh. That is not very... Yeah, I think I have to counter back. At least they have garbage cards in their deck after sideboard. Is Crucible good? For me or for them? For the blue-white player, it's too slow. For the Tron player, it's pretty better. Probably gonna win this game. And that's an interesting one. It's close, close, close. Greedy? Probably. What did he get? A walking ballista? Wait, what? I guess even with that power plant, they could have killed it, right? I messed that game up. I was supposed to say go with Cryptic Command up. I don't know why I was in such a hurry to play the Fairy. I keep playing bad. I mean, no, it's just GG. It's kind of tilted. Not even upset at their draws. I'm just upset at, like... the search for the power plant, really? Oh. Kind of tilted. I got called out in chat. He said second main if I f6 cute move. I'm just upset. To be fair, I feel like just not keeping track of the lands and stuff. That was pretty bad. I need to try and make up. So close every time too. And I feel like their draw is really good and I make mistakes and never have like Stony Silence on turn 2. They always have like freaking perfect draws. I'm still gonna win. Wait, I have mana for everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One short. Oh, that click. Remember when I said click was just garbage against Trolley? I mean, I guess Ugin is more expensive. As Nature's Claim. I might as well keep Cryptic Command mana up in hand anyways. I don't take that here, it seems good. Alright, we won some. Easy clap. Any tips was beating blue white. But no, not really any tips. Just game one, you're probably an underdog, so just tap out pretty aggressively for Jason to ferry, especially if your hand is bad. Just take chances to get ahead. And for you. Classic, not scooping to the Jason. Doesn't have six. Dispel, condemn. Thing is, dispel. Not only do they have to draw Nature's Claim when you have an enchantment, but you need to have the mana up, which is not a. Which is. Condemn's kind of okay. Hey, get smart. Yeah, cracking the map when I've obviously F6 is Alright, this hand's obviously not the greatest. I wish I had a 2-mana counterspell, but I don't know, you can Yikes. I don't think there's a great point in bluffing, honestly. If they do have Karn, though, does putting a Snapcaster into play make a big difference? It actually kind of does. We got to play against the killed version of. I feel like I want an extra card in my sideboard against Tron. I've been playing against Tron a lot, and it's been kind of close. I think I've been losing. Yeah, new Muller. Any advice for? Not really. Don't know. Try to not tap out, I guess. Play fast. Yeah, if you're playing in real life, finishing free games. I don't know. Try to hit your land drops. Try to not tap out unless you have to. Try over. Try to not fight over cards that don't really matter. I don't know, it's tough. Because, like, game one's kind of weird. Game one, you kind of have not that many impactful cards. So it's kind of like... Sometimes it just comes down to who has more, you know... Yeah, Liz usually calls me when she leaves work. This way I kind of know, you know. Could have been. Maybe playing Jace versus... No, should have drawn the Glacial Fortress. That's kind of a... These have the pretty Tron lands. Have I tried the Sultai Reclamation deck? No, I could try it. I'm catching up on the face-to-face banter on Facebook. Is Phoenix supposed to be a good matchup for blue-white? Yeah, no, I don't think so. My matches have been pretty close. Eli Cassis, who plays Phoenix a lot and very well, says he likes white pretty badly. You can tune blue-white to kind of make it better in the matchups you want, but it's kind of sketchy. Another Ballista. They've got to have something, right? They've got like Ugin or Ulamog, or they can't just not have anything. Well, I guess they could technically, but it's kind of in a rough spot. If I don't Field of Ruin, I guess it's not really a rough spot. Just Field of Ruin now, even though they get to rebuy. They already have. As long as they don't draw Planeswalkers. That many Planeswalkers. Is again Tron. I'll be right back. You have to go to the bathroom. All right. No rejection sideboard. No, that's a card you could add. I think I'd rather add Unless affinity becomes also really popular and stuff, I'd rather just add another negate. I need scissors. You had kind of another. It's just really these matches like textbook blue whites, even against Tron and their degen strat. You get to play pretty sweet games, and if you play your card. You play blue-white control to have a 45 matchup against everything and feel very smart when you win. That's just how it works. Yeah, I mean, you replace 45 with like 55. You've got yourself. Jeez. There's no question blue-white is a good deck. Question is, aren't you better off just playing, you know, Phoenix? Or whatever you think the best deck is, and you're just gonna win more, and maybe you're here. Wow. The question is not should you be playing a reactive deck in Modern. At the end of the day, what matters is what's your win rate, you know? It doesn't matter if your deck is reactive or not. I'm just eating peanuts, plain peanuts right now. Grilled and salted peanuts, I guess. Settle. Heads up. Well played by them. Makes sense, I guess. Disciplines play around set. Quickly, half of chat and the streamer checks who's in the chat. Quick Austin go check in chat. I don't think they're ghosting, especially if they kind of know my list. I don't know. Alright, this is game though. I can draw the tensions here, I guess. Kind of pushing it by not scooping. Alright, enough peanuts. Dinner's gonna be ready soon. Fair would be decent too. Why is there drawing Ballista next turn? Oh, they had the star? Getting free. What's on the menu for dinner? Pasta was bacon and mushroom cream sauce. Carbonara? Not really. I don't put egg in the sauce. I mean, real carbonara doesn't use cream either. Decent cook. I mostly follow recipes. It'd be tough to play around your cards. I don't know. I mean, no matter what matchup you play, people are going to be playing probably better. I mean, it's possible it's worse when you're playing blue-white. Finally! Finally, Stoney's home. Everyone just showing off in chat. The chat has turned all like... I'm not gonna say anything mean. Who cares what, honestly, who cares what the original recipe of carbonara is? Just make it the way you like it. Sure, maybe Mingucci is gonna get mad at you if you say you put cream in your carbonara sauce, but... To be fair, I didn't say I was making carbonara tonight. I said I was making pasta with a bacon and cream sauce. Feels bad. All they could find was their ancient stirrings was a relic of progenitus. Jeez. Do I ever make pasta by hand? I've never done it. No. I don't know, I have my limits. Sounds like a lot of work for, you know. Plus Liz is kind of gluten intolerant anyway, so we get gluten-free pasta. I'm assuming making gluten-free pasta by hand is... I should have kept colonnade, maybe. If they ever draw a nature's claim, it's going to be pretty ugly. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying the taste is marginal upgrade, but the like time you probably have to invest to make like handmade pasta. I don't know, what does it take? Like probably. Plus, you have to learn how to make it. Like even when you watch these cooking shows, like people who cook for a living, they kind of struggle making it right the first time. I wonder if everyone's switching back to Tron because it's dead. Please do me a favor. First you boil the water, salt it, and at least put the pasta. Well, that's what I usually do. I boil the water, I put salt. Switching to ad nauseum because of the rule. Doesn't ad nauseum mulligan poorly though? I guess you kind of need the right cards if you have... Let's go. Sylvan's crying into... Boo. Not sure if I'm supposed to show them. Do you negate or do you remain? Because there's definitely a world. Like, they know I top was up, so I. We know they have Karn. We know they have Ballista. Like, if I play Colonnade, I can only negate. But if I play Island, and they play Ballista, I get to Field of Runes plus Path to Exile. I think I have to play Island. Next turn I have 4 mana. Yeah. But then I have to deal with a Ballista. I'm not too sure, honestly. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I probably messed up. Probably should have just played Colonnade, I agree. I don't know, I mean, keeping them away from 10 mana, you know, getting rid of a tower is definitely appealing. The nuts every time. It's pretty tilting. What does Damping Sphere do? I don't know, they have Nature's Claim. It's kind of narrow. Sure.